A very warm welcome along to Sportsbet TV. This is Paul Alster here with you, looking ahead to the action over the weekend of Saturday the 3rd and Sunday the 4th of October, where there's brilliant racing both in Britain and of course over in France, where we have the Prix de Triomphe on Sunday and an Abel's bid to make history. We'll come to that in just a few moments' time, but there are 3 selections in all over the weekend, and I'm going to start off with the first of them, which is at Newmarket on the Rolling Mile. The 2:45 race on Saturday is the Group 1 Kingdom of Bahrain Sun Chariot Stakes. It's a tremendous contest, this, and it sees last year's winner, Bilsden Brook, a terrific mare who's one of my favourites. She's bidding to win it for the 2nd year running and to confirm form with last year's runner-up Voracious. I think they both should be there or thereabouts. It's a really hot renewal though. We've got the Irish 1000 Guineas winner Peaceful, trained by Aidan O'Brien. She was second to the informed Champs Elysees, trained by Johnny Murder in the Group 1 Matron Stakes at Leopardstown last time. Now Champs Elysees has improved out of all recognition this season, and you have to say that Johnny Murder has done a wonderful job with this filly, and she's actually been bought since her last win by a Japanese owner, one of the world's biggest owners, and she's running in new colours, so we wish them good luck with her. Now we've also got John Gosden's pair of Terrabellum and Nazif, both very, very talented and both with Group 1 form this season. But this is a race in which France has a very good record. They don't send many horses over 4 this event, but they have won 4 of the last 10 renewals, and there's a very interesting runner here called Half Light. Now Half Light is the selection. She's trained by Henri-Alex Pontal, who's a very good trainer in France, and is the mount of William Buick, who's riding in the Godolphin Blue in this race. Now this horse, Half Light, was beaten just a nose last time out in Germany in a Group 2 by the back to form and very much improved Mark Johnston trained Dark Vision. Now that's a run I think will have put Half Light spot on. She'd previously been a very close second to last year's Coronation Stakes winner Watch Me, who's a high-class French performer, and that was in the Group 1 Prix Rothschild. So this is a horse who's in really good form. She's been running on decent ground and running very well. But the key to her, in my view, is soft ground. For me, her very best form is on soft ground, and that's exactly what she's got on Saturday, and that I think gives her a really big chance. So she's got her conditions, she's in form, she represents France, who have such a great record in the race, and I think there's value to be had. And each way, at the time of this recording on Friday lunchtime, 11-1 is offered with Bet Victor, Boyle Sports, 10Bet and Red Zone. And I think that's good each way value. So my recommendation to you in the 2:45 race at Newmarket Saturday, the Sun Chariot Stakes, is to bet each way 11-1 Half Light. And I think we might see a victory there for France. Now just 20 minutes after that race on Saturday, we cross to Ascot, where there's the valuable Tote.co.uk Challenge Cup. This is a red-hot 7 furlong handicap. The going once again is soft. As always with these big handicap races, there are many with chances, and at the time of recording there are 18 runners set to face the starter. Now there are loads of them with chances. If you're looking for a rank outsider that might go well, Ropey Guess for George Margeson finally got its head in front last time after a long series of great placed efforts, and that might go better than its odds suggest. But the top weight here is a horse called Rasen Sand, who absolutely loves this course, and he loves soft ground as well. Now I think that he's been specially prepared for this race. He's trained by the very, very shrewd Jamie Osborne, who in his time was a terrific jump jockey. I wonder how many of you remember him riding great horses like Large Action amongst others. Well, his daughter, Safi Osborne, claims £7, and she is proving to be a chip off the old block. She's doing really well, and that £7 claim could make all the difference here. Now, he disappointed in this very race 12 months ago, but he'd had a long and hard campaign, including winning at Ascot in 2019, whereas this year Raising Sand, who's owned by very shrewd connections, has had just the one run, and that was in the Royal Hunt Cup at Royal Ascot in June, where the field split into two, and he actually won his race on the far side but finished 8th overall because the main pace was on the centre to stand side. I think they've been waiting for this, and they've been waiting for soft ground, and there's 8-1 each way about Raising Sand, and the bookmakers offering are Bet Victor, Betfred and 10Bet at the time of this recording. So Raising Sand 8-1 each way in the 305 at Ascot in Saturday. So those are two very decent price selections for you on Saturday. Now on Sunday we have what I believe is the world's greatest horse race. It's the Prix de Triomphe at Longchamp, or as they now call it, Paris Longchamp. Of course there'll be a very limited number of people able to go to the course and see the race, and they could see history because the John Grosden trained superstar mare Enable is back for a fourth crack at this. She won it in 2017 and 18 in brilliant fashion, and she looked on her way to victory last year under Frankie Dettori until she was collared in the dying strides by the French star Volgeist, trained by André Fabre. Well, she's been kept in training to try and make history and land a third win in the Arc, and she is favourite to do so at 11-8 with most firms. I think she's going to run a massive race, and my heart says I'd love to see her win, and she may do it, but I don't think there's any value, especially with the going being very soft, indeed almost heavy ground. Now she's up against lots of great horses, of course, because this is the creme de la creme, including the great Stradivarius, who's dropping back to 1.5 miles. Of course, Frankie can't ride both horses, so they've got Olivia Pellier to ride Stradivarius. We've got Sotsas, who was third in the race last year. He was the 2019 French Derby winner. Aidan O'Brien has Serpentine, the Investec Derby winner this season. Mogul, who won a trial at Longchamp over course and distance. And Japan, who was fourth in this last year. And the word is that Japan's coming back to his best. He's also got last year's Irish Derby winner Sovereign in it as well. But the guy who's got the greatest record in this race in the history of the event is André Fabre, who won it last year with Volgeist, and that in fact was his 8th win in this incredible race. So if there's a man anywhere in the world that knows what's required to win the Arc, it is André Fabre, who is a living legend of international horse racing. Now he has booked Pierre-Charles Baudot, who rides most of his good horses, to ride Persian King. Persian King is a horse whose best form is at around 1 mile or 9 furlongs. He's a very high class horse. He won the French 2,000 guineas last year. He was second in the French Derby over the extended 1.25 miles to Sotsas. And this year he's already won in Group 1 company over 9 furlongs, winning the Prix d'Ispahan. He disappointed in his warm-up, but it was a warm-up. That wasn't the target. They were not going to knock the horse about. He was very tenderly ridden in heavy ground. And the question most people have is, will he stay? It's an extra 3 furlongs. He's never gone this far before. My reading of it is, if he wasn't going to have a chance of staying, then André Fabre just wouldn't run him in this race. He's a genius, is this man. And I think the fact that he's letting him take his chance, I think it means that Persian King is expected to put up a very good show. And I think at the current odds on offer, a standout offer, mind you, some are offering much less, but Unibet, at the time of this recording, are offering 20-1 each way about André Fabre's only runner in the race, Persian King, and I think that's worth chancing for small money in the Arc de Triomphe at Longchamp tomorrow. And it's going to be a wonderful race. It'll be fantastic if Enable wins. We're all going to go through the roof if she did, and we'll be cheering her on, this wonderful mare. But if she doesn't, then I think Persian King might spring a big surprise at 20-1. So those are my thoughts on the weekend racing. I wish you the best of luck, and just enjoy the racing both at Newmarket and Ascot and other great tracks racing on Saturday. And then of course, despite the lack of a crowd, the greatest race in the world, the Prix de Triomphe on Sunday. Come back to us next week as well for more tips here at Sportsbet TV on our racing selections. And this is Paul Alster signing off for now. Bye bye for now.